Hi there, welcome back to a new journaling video. Today I want to talk about my pandemic journal. I haven't actually done any videos about this on this channel. Well, the main reason being is that I started this channel way after I'd actually started this journal and I haven't touched it for ages. I do, however, have some videos of when I set this up on my main channel, and I will leave the links below if you want to go and check it out. But last year I decided to set up a journal just to document what was going on. I called it Pandemic and it was My Story 2020. And I just mainly wanted to focus on facts, what was happening, and almost with a bit of a positive spin on things as well. I kind of wanted to try and told myself from the start that I wanted to keep a positive head throughout it all. And I think I've pretty much done that. I think I've done really well. It has helped that my life hasn't changed too much because both my husband and myself work from home anyway, and we've continued to work the whole way through. Our kids, although they're both on gap years, they had jobs at Waitrose, so they've continued their part-time jobs, which has been nice because it's meant that they've been able to get out and see friends as well throughout all of this. So that has really helped. So we've been quite lucky. We have had some down points. We've lost family and things like that, not through COVID, but obviously we've not been able to be with family, and that's been really hard. And my dad lives abroad and my family don't live close by. So like now I haven't seen my mum since September. So yeah, it's not like everything's been a bed of roses. It hasn't, but we've kind of just stuck together, the four of us, and it's been okay. Actually, it's been okay. But let's get back to the journal. This is my journal. It's an A6 little notebook, and I've decorated the front quite plain, but I thought I would just give you a little look just to see what I was doing. I did set up a separate group on Facebook about the journals. I'll leave the link below. It's a free group. It's not really being posted in anymore, or very, very irregular. As most people, we were all kind of working on our journals together at the start of COVID, but it's there if you want to. I've done quite a few videos, I think about 8 videos, where I'm working on different pages and things that I didn't share on my YouTube channel. And there's also free downloads, and loads of people have shared things as well, like factual things, so you can go back and have a look, because that was something that I also wanted to talk about. So my starting point, I started in January. The calendars are all downloads as well that I've shared for free in the group, and I've resized mine to fit my little book. So if you do want to start a journal, it's not too late. You can go back and start with the facts. I would say start at the beginning. There are loads and loads of timelines that you can find online. Some are US, some are UK, and I've just written them in then. So like here, Italy outbreak begins 21st of Feb. It's just quite interesting to have a look. The 9th of Feb, 811 deaths recorded. So it's interesting to look back, and I wanted to do it because I've been documenting my story now since I think I started about 2003. So I feel it's something important to be documented, and I want to have it to look back on, and for my kids to look back on. 8th of March, January, Italy goes into lockdown. So it's quite interesting actually. And I haven't actually filled anything for April, so I want to go back today and fill in some bits and pieces. The other thing I wanted to talk about as well, I really struggled last year with certain things. I'm not great with change. I'm not great with dealing with negativity, and I found it hard seeing people in masks going into stores. And I'll be totally honest, I've only actually been into 2 proper stores since then. I'm not counting when I do my post office drops. It's a teeny weeny little place. I literally run my sack in and leave it there. I don't even have to speak to anyone. So I don't count that. But I've been in a grocery store once, and I went into Home Bargains in November. Oh, I did nip into Marks this year. I had a hospital appointment and went into Marks afterwards and grabbed a sandwich. So that's all I've done, and I have been in denial about it all, if I'm totally honest, but that's been my way of dealing with it. So all my shopping's been done online, and I haven't even wanted to look at photos. But my husband, I did ask him to take photos for me, and he has we went through just this week actually, and he's shared all the photos with me, and so now I've got them on file. Things like toilet rolls not being available, queuing outside Waitrose. This was the soap aisle in Morrison. So he has taken so many photos for me, and I'm now ready to put them in my book and document them. I couldn't do it last year. It was really, really difficult for me, and I was fine with that. I knew that there would be a time when I would go back, and so I've allowed space to go back and document. Certain things that I have popped in envelopes. I don't even know what I've got in here. What's this? Oh, this is a timeline as well. This was something else somebody shared in the group actually. It's all there if you want it. I've got this happened April the 3rd, 2020, and it's just got like the price of fuel in Morrison's. School cancelled, GCSEs cancelled, A-levels cancelled. My son was one of those taking A-levels. And then, yeah, there's a whole list of things like bread, pasta, flour, eggs, chicken, chopped tomatoes sold out everywhere. Shelves are bare. I'm really glad that I've done this actually, despite me finding it hard at times. I'm glad. It is cool to look back on. I think especially now that we're starting to see signs of progress. I'm really, really pleased. So I've done some bits and pieces here. This was last Easter. We had family time, and we got the old Wii out. That was really good fun. Now actually we got the old PlayStation 2 out. We played Buzz, the four of us. Barbecues, walks, that kind of thing. Then I just documented Easter weekend, what we did. I've tried to make a bit more of an effort spending time as a family, but I really do struggle with that because I work such long hours. I also documented doing sourdough. That was April last year. I love my sourdough starter, and I bake my sourdough bread quite regular. You'll see on Instagram I often post. I'll leave my Instagram links below. I have a main one which is like my personal one, and then I have my work one as well, which is where I share more of the creating side. I'd been meaning to do it for years, and I finally did it. Then I documented about family time, and then like Zoom calls with family as well, and just the nice things like here. Our friend's garden is quite elevated from the road, and we walk past on, you see down here on the dog walk, and their garden's up really high. So they were stood on the top of their hot tub, I think, peering down at us. So we were chatting. My friend just went and picked some flowers and brought them round. And then on this page I kind of like highlighted some special words regarding friends. Smiled, phone call, friends, best friend. I've also documented some of my favourite recipes that I've been baking over lockdown. Bread pudding, that's been something I have made so much. I grew up on bread pudding. My mum still bakes it all the time, but I'd never baked it myself as an adult, so I've done that. And then again, the four of us, we did a drive-through for Starbucks. I think this was when the drive-throughs had just opened, and it felt like such a treat. And then I've put, we missed you, Starbucks. And then we did a drive-through, and we sat in the garden chatting and laughing together. I realise I haven't put the dates on these actually. That's something else I need to do, actually go through and find the dates. This page I was really pleased with, making memories, and I'd baked cookies for friends. Our friends were due to go to Florida. They hadn't been for so long, I think about 9 years or something. So we took them cookies, and then that's when we were allowed to walk with friends last summer. So we were walking with them. It's just a nice little book to look back on. I haven't documented in May, so I need to go back, and I haven't documented here. And that's more or less, oh, I've got a couple more pages where it's finished. Oh, this opens out, so I've got June calendar. This was Black Lives Matter. I created this page here. I kind of felt that was a big deal as well last year, and it's something that I felt was really important in my 2020 story journal. Again, walking with friends. And that's it. I haven't done any more since then. I do want to look back, want to go back and do some more pages. I included this quote as well. I can't go back to yesterday because I was a different person then. And then I've done the keep going and the rainbow and things that I'm looking forward to when normality happens again. Obviously, we didn't expect that to be quite so long. So that's what I've done so far. I have kept so many things, like when we went out with friends to the pub, and I've kept menus and things like that. So I'm really, really ready now to go back and start filling in. So I think the first thing I'm going to do, I'm not going to fill it all in one go, because I know that's going to take time. So I am going to have a little bit of a catching up session. I think I'm going to include this, but as a flip page, and actually do some journaling on both of these, and actually talk about how I couldn't handle documenting about it when it was actually happening. I also wanted to talk about my birthday. My birthday is the 19th of March, and it fell just as we were going into lockdown, literally a couple of days beforehand, and it was really, really rubbish. And I actually felt really envious of all those who were moaning about having birthdays in lockdown, because I kind of felt that my birthday was worse because we knew it was coming. We couldn't go and eat anywhere, although we could have done, but everyone was suggesting we didn't, so we didn't. And you just know that it was coming, and it was really scary because you didn't know what was coming. I was expecting my business to go under, thinking that I wouldn't be able to like post anymore because I have an online business. And it was really scary thinking that my husband, because of the type of work he's in, that he would lose his job, not knowing what would happen with the kids. My daughter was at uni. Would I be able to see her? It was really, really scary. And I felt the following week things calmed because announcements were made. There were kind of answers. You knew that we were in lockdown. You knew we couldn't go anywhere. And I just felt once that announcements had been made that things settled. So I'm actually looking forward to my lockdown birthday this year because it feels so much nicer than it did last year. So I'm going to add this. I'm literally just going to, I think, pop this on with some washi tape. I want to use this for journaling. I was just looking, I've got a little notebook here, but I don't think that will give me enough space. I'm going to find some journal paper, I think. So I'm going to pretty up this page a little bit. And actually, I might use the same washi tape that I used there. Let's pop that there. So let me know all about your journaling. Have you documented everything that's been going on? Is it something that you need to catch up on if you have started? Or is it something that you do want to start and that you would like to work on? I'm going to stick that in, I think, and then pop this one here as well. I think I'm going to do that. Quite like the idea actually of adding a little bit on the bottom there. Yeah, so let me know if you've been journaling, what have you journaled, what have you used to journal, all that kind of thing. Are you needing to go back and update? I know some people in the journal group that I started up, they've actually gone on to 2 and 3 books. Some people have done so much. They've done so well. I think for me as well, my business has just been so busy that I've found it hard to keep up with. Oh, I've just put this, a brand new roll of tape. It's a brand new tape gun and I'm really struggling with it. Yeah, I've found it hard to keep up with having a family and working really long hours as well. I have struggled with that, but at the same time you feel that you're so grateful that you have been able to keep on working, that you can't actually moan, that you don't have a right, if that makes sense. It has been very hard to find that balance.
Don't need someone to save me, no, and don't come running to blame me. From miles away I can tell that something's off. The way you look and how you pause when you talk, I think you said enough. You said your love for me something brand new. You said this is something you would never do. Here we are in your car.
So I've documented there about the reason why I'm actually going back now and how I felt almost this time last year. I kind of want this to be a bit of like a my history book. So it's not just facts and things, but it's how things were with us as well. So it's now just time to fill in all those little gaps that I left. I'm so grateful for Aid for taking photos actually, so that I can continue with this story. Let's go around with a little line. I always like my doodled edges. And then I'm going to talk about here and explain the photos. That's that. I kind of want something there, but I might just leave it actually. And I think before I finish this video, I'm just going to go back, find a timeline and fill in April. And I think I'm just going to do little updates. I'm not going to do massive because it takes so much time. I'm just going to go in and dip in and out of this journal and add bits and pieces. So I'm going to go and fill in the April calendar. Right, I filled in April. I just simply Googled April 2020 COVID timeline UK, and it took me to Wikipedia, and it's so clearly they're sort of all lined up, numbered, dates. It's really, really easy, and that's what I use. So if you do want to go back, if you've got pieces to fill in, if you want to start from new, it's very easy. You obviously, if you are starting from new, you don't need to go into so much detail. I was obviously just filling things in as they were happening, but you can certainly write timelines and things like that, how you were feeling, how you were dealing with it. It is possible if you do want to start one. So let me know if you are doing one or if you would like to start. And I hope you enjoyed this video today. I will be doing more in this journal, by the way. I'd really like to keep it and get it back up to date now. So thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care. Bye.